Hello, folks. Happy Sunday. Hope everyone is doing well. We're going to be starting today with Settled by Sunrise by Rivian. Very nice custom title screen here. Your Highness, we've gathered the 4 members of our operation. Good, good. Any later and we'll run out of a kingdom to save. 1,000 apologies for my tardiness. If only... It was a joke, my friend. I know you're doing everything you can. Your trust in me is heartwarming. Leading the team is Sir Adelmund. I assume you don't need to hear more, considering he's your sword instructor. No, please tell me more. Anything to make me feel better about our odds. Tell me about his valor, his courage, his bravery, his fearlessness, his... I think I'll move on. Ooh! I like this portrait. Chalice looks like they know something I don't, you know? The second member of the team is Chalice. Chalice, the Saint of the Craglands. Oh, I've heard of her. She's cleaning up after the Cragland Civil War, isn't she? Why would she come here for a mission that promises a near-guaranteed early demise? With how much was destroyed in that bloody affair, the Craglands are in need of rations, seeds, medicine, everything. The Saint was very willing to give her personal assistance in exchange for us alleviating some of their circumstances. Do we have the supplies or gold to spare for that? That shall be your decision to make, Your Highness. The third is the markswoman Yvette. She loves battle for battle's sake, having fought for bandits, rebels, and lords alike. That doesn't sound like a very reliable individual for us to gamble on the mission's success and our kingdom's survival. People who enjoy what they do tend to be better at it, Your Highness. Can't argue with that. Ooh, the eyes! Our last was the Sunrise Sword. His hobby was attacking worthy opponents. Regardless of status, he's slain criminals, brigands, adventurers, and nobles alike. Is this not the same person as Yvette? No, Your Highness. Yvette loves the chaos of war itself, while the Sunrise Sword cares only for the powerful. Glad you could give such valuable insight into the minds of mass murderers. Now's not the time for jest, but if you'll let me finish... Ooh! He's now dead. Had his head smashed in by a foreign girl with a frying pan? Since you just gave me all that context, did you recruit this girl as his replacement? Correct, Your Highness. A strong sense of justice, that one. She took the Sunrise's sword's senseless killings very personally. When we told her of our cause, she was very willing to sign up. Glad to have someone normal. As normal as one can be after killing one of the best swordsmen of our era. Let me meet our brave heroes before they depart on this deadly mission. I'm excited about Gecko, the frying pan wielding swordsman killer. Hey, Ola Mario. Noble heroes, I cannot express the depths of my gratitude for your presence here today. While our forces engage the usurpers from the front, you will infiltrate her backline and put her to rest. As much as it pains me, there's no price I'm not willing to pay. As much as it pains you? I would have thought we were giving you a bargain price for saving the kingdom. That's not what I was referring to. I mean the sorrow of needing my own sister slain. She was once virtuous, yet the devilish words of her wicked advisor twisted her ambitions. Where there was charity, there is now only arrogance. The arrogance to slay her kin, to seize the throne, and to shape the realm according to her cruel and ruthless schemes. I'm honored to be your blade that strikes down the foes of the realm, though we haven't done the saving quite yet, Your Highness. I'm certain it's as good as done in your capable hands. I'm eager to deliver these unfortunate people from evil, but I also have my own. Have you executed the terms of the agreement with Ellis as our witness? Of course. The good people of the Craglands are my subjects too, even if the realm has been so divided in these dreadful past few years. My advisor has already left to begin arranging for horse and wagons. Then that is all I need to know. Hey, you're that priestess whose funeral I attended a few years ago. You're the saint of the Craglands? Damn, you've come a long way. Those who are taken by the raiders are assumed dead by local tradition. I was far luckier than most, yes. Oh, you two already know each other? What a peculiar coincidence. Nah, just from the same hometown. Met her maybe twice in my whole life. The accidental fire you started when you were 12 took my sight. That was you? Yes, I'm quite surprised you would forget something like that. Sorry to hear. It doesn't look like it affected you much. So let's let bygones be bygones. I was willing to forgive you, but after hearing that, I'm rescinding the offer. Tough. Anyways, my gold, your highness? This is a noble venture, so that shall determine the fate. This is a noble venture to that shall determine the fate of our kingdom. Surely we cannot waste time on these frivolous monetary matters, not while our foes plot and our people are tortured by the usurper's reign. They've suffered for long enough. They can suffer an extra 10 minutes so their saviors are paid accordingly. It's understandable, Sir Adelmund. This is a sacrifice that must be rewarded accordingly. Your gold is ready for inspection behind me. I don't like the sacrifice part, but yeah, you get it. Hi, Unicorn. And you, girl? What reward do you seek for this most perilous journey? I don't know. I'm just happy if we can save all those people from the usurper. You seek no reward. You're truly a virtuous soul indeed. I'm not letting you get duped into heading into a killing field for absolutely nothing. Ask for something at least. A sack of gold, a castle, his hand in marriage, something. Selfishness is a virtue, but put no value on yourself and you'll only be trampled on. They do speak sense. It's unjust to send you off with no reward, though the last suggestion is very much off the table, to be clear. Okay, I don't really know. I want to say 4,000 gold? You out of your mind, bandage girl? Gouge this guy for 40,000 gold at least. You're probably about half as much as me, and my starting price was 80,000. But that's so much. I didn't even know gold could get to 5 digits. I don't really have much to spend on anyways, so 10,000? A very reasonable reward. You're not seriously considering lugging around 60,000 gold on our mission, correct? I'm not insane. I just wanted to make sure His Highness has the gold to pay me. I'll leave them here at camp to collect later. That's what you're doing too, bandage girl? Yeah, sure. Okay. All gold lost. Bummer. Before we venture off, we need to know each other's capabilities and how we work together as a team. It is too late to learn on the battlefield. No disagreement from me. I have seen too many deaths from friendly fire. Once saw an entire spear battalion get blown to pieces by their own mages. Hilarious. I refer more so to understanding how we can coordinate. But that too, yes. Of course, Adelmund. Our attack begins only at nightfall, so please do use our training grounds in the meantime. The training ground appears to be taken by a bad crate infestation, Your Highness. We don't have the extra hands or the wood to be crafting practice dummies, so our troops are getting by with crates as temporary substitutes. That is just sad. The game will automatically save at the start of each turn. Quitting and resuming brings you to the start of turn. Press select on an enemy to show their danger radius. Press select on an empty tile to show all danger tiles. Talking to Adelmund will finish the practice area. Resetting uses and turn counts take as much time as you'd like getting used to the units. Poor crates. Do I know if the hacks have been voted on? One of the judges has rated every hack now. The rest are still working their way through. We're aiming to be done by the end of July. There were a lot of hacks, as it turned out, so lots for people to play. Alright, let's see what we got here. An aimless wanderer who keeps encountering misfortune but has always come out stronger for it. This is our villager, like extremely well-rounded stats. 15 in everything except for defense. She's got Gale Force and Utility Force. Gale Force does what we expect. This is gain an extra action after using a utility. I'm assuming that's like using an item. Alright, so we have the frying pan. Ooh, 50 crit. God bless. Swap places with ally foe if foe blind for 1 turn. Ooh, we got conditions. I suspect this is going to be an interesting unit. A priestess of Ellis who has charged herself with the duty of protecting the Kraglins, very little can phase her. An authority on the science of beating people over the head. Oh, does just everybody have Gale Force and Utility Force? Okay. We're gonna be using these other units to kind of get an impression of how good 15 is. 15 seems to be, like, maybe not that good, because Chalice's good stats are all above 15, and her weaker stats are not that much below 15. She has low skill, presumably because she can't see. And she's got staves and tomes. Foes in 2 tiles of target take non-lethal damage, attack minus defense. So this can't kill, but it's got pretty bonkers might. And it's even in, like an AoE. Oh, this game's got reloading. It's kind of cool. Fair fight. Move ally foe next to this unit. If foe, weaken for 1 turn. Oh, and it gives me tile priority. That's nice. Ooh. Let's see. So not so great defense, but pretty good offensive stats. Not super fast either, actually. Doesn't really matter, though. Well, I mean, it matters, but she's got a brave bow, so that helps. And she could fire a rocket. Sweet. Move ally foe to a tile within 5. If foe stunned for a turn. Neat. Am I going to make a video about the votes? Yeah, I'm going to make a video announcing the winners once we have them. Alright, then we have Adelmund, our elderly knight. The prince was his worst student. Poor guy. And this fella's pretty fast. He gets health back on a kill. And he can heal allies with his items. Alright, let me just take a quick... get a quick understanding of how these weapons work. Yep, and that hurts the ones near it. Then if I use harm here, I should get Gale Force. Okay, so we can get Gale Force and Utility Force in the same turn. Shockwave should do non-lethal damage, I think. Oh, only to the... Okay, so it does real damage to the unit you target, and then non-lethal to the ones next to them. Alright, so we have that, and then the Misery Ender gives me a bonus action if the foe has a status effect, which this one does. Does that get me like a third? Okay, yeah, so she can Gale Force twice. Switch spaces with Warp. Okay. These are some interesting mechanics, I think. I don't mean to abuse my seniority, but it's for the best if you follow my command, eh? I didn't survive so many battles and live to my age by being reckless and unperceptive. No complaints for me, old man. I may be a hotshot, but as the adage goes, an old soldier is usually a good one. I only know how to beat people over the head, so I can only assume you know where we're going. That's the spirit. I was worried about having to work with irregulars, but you're a reasonable lot. I was worried about working with some stuck-up knight, but you're not bad. Not bad? I deserve more than that. Let's take care of this menace and we'll be back home by dinner. Or breakfast, given the hour. I would love to have some of the confidence you two have. Fear is the first step to failure. You're still holding things together, girl? It's not too late to turn back, lest your courage fail you at a crucial moment. I'm all right, sir. This kind of danger is not new to me. Heaven knows what His Highness was thinking sending someone your age, but I can only assume you're some kind of prodigy with the frying pan. I haven't died yet, so I think I'm doing all right so far. That's basically how you vouched for your own skills, old man. Not untrue. The time for small talk is over. Let's make it home. Sir, I wish to be out there giving my all for the great work, not spending all my time mixing bone and vegetable broth. Yeah, we could be fighting, not being stuck in the kitchen. Let me guess. Some of the soldiers have been giving you two a hard time again? No, sir. Yes, sir. They say we're just cowards who are skipping battle. Just glorified servants. An army can choose not to fight, but can't choose not to eat. I would even say we're the most important part of this whole army. Next time someone heckles you, tell them this. Or send him to me. I've got a whole mince surprise waiting for the sorry bastard. You're right, sir. It is they who should respect us. A chef's kitchen is his battlefield. Our foes are hunger and malnutrition. And only courageous warriors like you two can slay them in battle. Yes, sir! Charge! Onwards to battle! Yeah! Sounds like the squad's leader is coming out. I'll slit his throat, then you all follow my lead. Understood, sir. You can't hide from a master of stealth. Mince surprise! Oh! What a time for my luck to finally run out, eh? We have trouble in the kitchen, fellow chefs and warriors. We shall never give up the means to our meal production. Sir Adelmond! Oh, Alice, what do we do? They've discovered us, haven't they? Time for stealth is over. Charge! Hold on! I can't believe this is how my journey comes to a tragic end. Killed by the stupidity of the same person that caused my blindness. So, Miss Priestess, do we... Well, this ship has already damned sailed, hasn't it? Damn, I thought maybe something was up with Adelmond since he was the only green unit on the last map. I was not expecting him to get insta-killed by Chef Mince here. Alright, so he has extra defense against direct attacks. So I think what we want to do is we need to move an enemy next to him. So like we can, I think we can fair fight the war chef here. And then I don't think I really want her in enemy range. Let me see, how much do these guys hurt? Okay, not too much. Ooh! Chalice is so cool. Alright, we can frying pan this guy out. We're gonna rocket bow this guy. So the question is the plus 20 defense against direct attacks factored into the combat preview? Here, let me do the math real quick. Oh, this ignores defense, so we could... Yes, this is fine. So we're gonna kill with the Misery Ender, I think. You're fighting on my turf. Let me show you why a kitchen is a chef's battlefield. That leak in potato soup. Never to be completed. Poor guy. He just wanted to fight off hunger and malnutrition. And we've already killed him. The mob. Pocket siege weapon. Pretty lightweight siege weapon. Wow. That's, thank you very much for the donation to Point of Pride, Cyanide. I really appreciate it. That's, very generous of you. It, means a lot to me, and I'm sure it'll mean a lot to, you know, the trans or non-binary person that benefits from that aid. We're definitely the baddies? No. Chalice could never be a baddie. At least not in that way. Onwards, with a blade in hand, and with a song in your hearts. For the princess! For the great work! Alright, let's see what that was all about. Gain +1 range for every turn that passes? Okay, so we gotta, like, get going. By the way, I see this is a long map, so I am gonna be making, Oh, actually, this game autosaves at start of turn anyway, so we're going to be doing save states just to speed that up a bit if we need to use them. I'm going to use Shockwave here. Oh, she has a different animation for if she whacks them? Chalice is maybe the goat. Yep, then the mage gets walloped. I think I'm willing to chance the, I think we'll get a crit. Oh, fun animation. How many hacks do I plan to play today? And it depends how long they are. That's like been the trouble with, trying to schedule, like make a calendar of, hacks that I'm gonna play, is that like, some hacks are pretty short, and then some of them are really long. So, like, usually if I plan, like, a 2-3 hour stream, I'll, like, usually put 3 games in the description, but then sometimes I'll have one that takes, like, 2 hours. So is there any way for me to... Okay, yeah, I was going to say, is there any way for me to heal? And the answer is yes, the patch-up kits can be dropped. Let me do this because I don't want to eat a counter, but I also do want to find some time to reload that rocket bow. Oh, you're fine, Unicorn. That's pretty funny that I can hop in the sentry tower. Actually, I might do that next turn. What kind of self-respecting priestess doesn't bring a heal staff to a fight? The kind that's not a healer. Besides, Sir Adelman said he had plenty of healing supplies. He did? Damn, why didn't you go take it off his body when you had the chance? Look at me and then reconsider your question. You're not affected by all this darkness, at least. If we were anywhere that's not here, I'd break your skull. Maybe some foes could have some healing supplies to spare. How could the fighting have already breached our back line? I'm in disbelief the incompetent fool of a prince managed to pull something off. Take charge of the front, Ellery. I'll put this furor to rest. If Adney and Zio have it handled, you shouldn't be risking yourself every single skirmish. What kind of leader would I be to let my trusted comrades die in my name? I've said enough. See you soon. Wait, at least use the stairs. This is going to bite you one of these days. I pray it's not today. Your Highness, you need not risk yourself. We have the situation under control. Lovely words, Lord Zio, but that's clearly not true. Perhaps this is a delicate situation that could use some intervention, but surely there's no need for... Let's just skip the niceties. There's trouble and I'll solve it. Captain Evadne, the princess is coming your way. Stay put. She just can't help throwing herself into danger, can she? I'll wait for her, but after that, I'll turn these invaders into good enough paste for Mince's soup. Poor Mince. Yeah, let's take care of this sentry. Can you use a patch-up kit on oneself? No. Okay, give it back. We'll use it next turn then, I guess. And you can stay where you are for now, and we'll warp you out next turn. Oh, this didn't occur to me, but it's kind of funny. We warped in here, but we can also warp to trap an enemy up here. Like if we do this. Now the cav, I think, just can't get out. We're gonna throw this guy here. And we're gonna shockwave. Yeah, then we should be able to just clean all these guys up, because now we can frying pan. Which will get us a gale force. That'll get us another gale force. And then I'm going to have Gecko finish off the kill because I want to reload with Yvette. And have Chalice use the... Well, here, let's just, like, reload our weapons. Hey, Choose Vault. Happy Pride to you too, my friend. Damn it, Princess. I'm not your guard, so you can come out here to die anyways. You knew well that it would be against my nature to do otherwise, Captain. Damn right. At least I'll get to fight alongside you. Let's crush them. Can't miss, hits defense. Mass-produced for ease of use. The third princess of the realm who slew all of her older siblings to take the throne. Waiting is not in her vocabulary. A street thug who fought her way up to being a village chief. She took up the ways of a knight in the usurper's service. Yeah, we may be the baddies in this one. Not totally sure yet. Alright, let's take these guys out. The princess is gonna come to us. It's very kind of her. And then we'll probably want to get going towards that, towards this boss, since their range grows each turn. chalice, my beloved. Oh, you mean like the YouTube, like XP thing? I honestly have no idea. It just showed up one day. And I was like, I guess this is a thing now. At first, I thought you meant the XP, like, in Fire Emblem, and I was like, what do you mean? You know what XP is for in Fire Emblem. Come here, princess. So if I stun her, can she not counterattack? No, evidently she still can. The other status effect was better. Hi, Sinister Design. What's left to say? I die or you do? We're gonna use the rocket boast that we don't get countered. Normally I wouldn't like be so particular about getting countered, but we don't have that much healing. Oh my god, unique death sprite. I finally pay the price for my recklessness. This hack's really cool. I'm finding the mechanics quite fun to play with. If I had even been just a second too late. I keep telling you, look at what you've done to yourself. My only regret is that I was not victorious. Arrogant woman. Zio, Evadne, me, we can all die. But you can't. The hope of our success, the great work, all rests upon your survival. I can't possibly be that important. You'll all carry on the fight without me, won't you? Now's not the time for that. You need real healing that's not my hack job imitation. Tell me, Ellery, how's the front holding up? The situation is dire. With Evadne, Zio, and us all tied up by this fire in the backyard, the prince's forces have nearly pushed past the walls and will be on us shortly. Then I have to stay here. I can't lie down and wait for death. You're of no use coughing up blood. I'll hold the fort while you recover. We'll need a miracle, but we're not yet lost. Just get patched up. But Go! Somehow you two are the best soldiers we have on hand right now. I'd advise that we... Damn right we are! Send me at 'em! Hold the gate. We need our best defending Her Highness from harm. You two are to hold this door at all costs. Understand? Miss out on all the action? For Alice's sake, brother, are you incapable of reading the situation? I envy you for your endless enthusiasm, truly. You'll need it for what's to come. Let me check this guy's range, because I think it's like 1-4. Yeah. How much damage do you do? 36. Not like particularly fast. I have not played Cerulean Crescent, but I would like to at some point. I've heard pretty much exclusively good things. Armor and magic on top of that? You really disrespect the meaning of a good fight. You know that? Ha! I was very much a brawler as you are only a few years ago. But function comes first. I don't see function. I see a contradictory mess. You're the first person not to applaud me on my career shift. You know that? Regardless of who wins, you may be the last. Good people of the realm, the princess has bled herself dry these past few years, fighting for a world where we need not suffer the whims of the powers that be, where we're more than numbers on some noble leech's taxation record. In her time of desperate need, will you not return the favor? Answer her plea? That was the red-haired advisor, wasn't it? Is it really over for us? I've got one of my dad's spears. Time to get something done. I won't let you go alone. Been reading that book I looted from a dead mage. Got a spark going, at least. I never knew you were literate. I'm not, but the pattern recognition works eventually. Fighting with that shoddy staff? The prince's demonic armies will tear you two apart. I'd rather die than go back to how it used to be. Thane, I know you got family to look after, but we don't have them no more. But there's two of you. Are we not a family of sorts? Then write us a eulogy or something. Let's go. You fools. Why throw away your life so fruitlessly? Come here, Evadne. Okay, yeah, Misery Ender can be reloaded. You think so little of us that you'd attack with just 3? I'm a little in awe, but also offended by the audacity. Yeah, we can do Misery Ender and then Crocodile for the last hit. Alternatively, let me think. If we did -7 defense, then we'd be getting 10 per hit from Yvette. So I actually think it's probably better to Warp Bomb. And then as long as Yvette doesn't miss one of her 97s, we're cooking. I always knew I'd die in battle, but like this, against so few? Can't believe I have to leave it all up to Ellery. Huh. And we get a new patch-up kit, sweet. Alright, here, I'm gonna make a new state. Come here and reload the rocket bow. You're not our enemies. There's no need for you to fight us. But you're ours. Damn, the elderly are out to get us. Alright, yeah, I wanted to kill these guys so we can move up with the other homies without them being in range of enemies. And then we can kind of reload all our weapons, get healed up, and then push to the next boss. There's no need to offer mercy to all those you come across. You only dishonor their resolve. How can that be? These are people that don't deserve to die at my hand. To raise their blade against their foes in a final act of defiance is glorious. Yet by dismissing them, you disrespect that defiance, whilst dooming them nonetheless. That's how you see the world, not everyone else. If they wish to go, I'll let them. But those who charge us do not, knowing their death is certain, merely seeking a glorious end. But you spit upon that. That's twisted. I can't possibly agree to that kind of thinking. It's your choice, Bandage Girl. I only say what I think. Grandfather, let's flee. The fighting will reach us soon. You can go. I won't make it to another city anyways. I've got one of these explosive magical knickknacks here. Should be a fun surprise for a soldier when they see a helpless old man. You know I can't just leave you here. My odds of escaping are tiny anyways. Let's die as a family. Then help me up. Let's go. Alright, what's the deal? You got a explosive blast amulet. Hits resistance, only usable once. Alright, so we gotta keep an eye out on that. Okay. We're gonna come up here, which I think is a fairly safe place to be. And then hopefully we'll crit so we don't... Actually, even if we crit, we're still gonna get the debuff because we need 2 attacks. You're on the crushing end of the wheel of history, assassins. Come on, Gecko, get a crit for me. Ugh. Sad. Hey, Strawberry Lemonade. Yeah, I actually think they did a pretty great job with the entire pack here, to be honest. I could have just done this to begin with. I just didn't think this would one-shot. What more can I give to the cause, except my life? I'd die 1,000 times like this, rather than do nothing. Alright, so what I think we're gonna do... Definitely gonna reload the rocket boat. Get in here and do a big shockwave. Poor civilians. I love that animation. Alright, and we're gonna go ahead and see if we can grab that explosive. Here, we'll lock this guy on the roof. Oh, these guys do more damage than I thought they would. Okay, we're gonna get the explosive next turn. Unfortunately for the Amelias, they don't just look like Amelia, they also perform like Amelia. I thought all of Ellis's priestesses were magic users, but you've not used any. I specialized in healing when I was a mere acolyte. Slaving raiders took me from my home before I could learn. The days since have been too hectic for me to start again. I didn't mean to pry and bring up bad memories. My past is a source of strength, not sorrow. I overcame those trials, and now I'm all the better for it. That's good. I wish I could do that, but I only want to sever my own. I'm afraid I have no wise advice to give in this regard, only my own experience. When I think about those times, all I see is my victory. They failed to break me. I guess that's one way to look at things. Perhaps you'll see things the same way, or not. It's not my place to suggest a single truth. Okay. So this hits within 2 tiles of the target. so here's my plan. Time for a kaboom. Oh, is it like non-lethal to those around? I thought it wasn't non-lethal. Oh, it is non-lethal to those around. Whoops. All right. Maybe my plan was not as good as I thought. But that's okay. We'll be fine. Oh, Shockwave is the one that... No, it's all non-lethal. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I had one AoE that, like, could do lethal damage, but I don't actually think I do. All I can do is offer motivational head pats. If, I would take a motivational head pat from Chalice. Alright, so that kind of cleared out this area. And I think we can push towards the boss next turn. Gonna miss games night. Really? Games night? Not your family? Games night's the only time I feel joy. I get it. I understand. Fring, I feel so bad for you. Or is this... I understand why you were asking about Cerulean Crescent now. It only just dawned on me that this is the Cerulean Crescent creator, and I assume much of these are Cerulean Crescent portraits. Because I haven't actually, like, played any Cerulean Crescent yet. Alright, we can't just blast amulet this guy down. Yeah, now I understand why we were bringing up Cerulean Crescent. Oh, they're even the same character. So is this like how Cerulean Crescent plays? Like it just has all of these mechanics? Basic. Wait, that's sick. Cause like these mechanics rule. Damn, I gotta play Cerulean Crescent. Oh, right. Harm's not reloaded right now. So we could shockwave this guy. And it would probably work out okay. Yeah, this probably won't come as a shock, but as a lizard, I am a fan of Gecko. Here, I'm gonna throw you, and then we'll take care of you in a sec. Just want to make sure not too many enemies can hit Chalice. Okay, I'm not too worried about the Thoron copy guy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna warp powder this guy, trigger utility force, walk up and kill this guy with Misery Ender to get the extra move. Then we're gonna take out this guy and get a patch up for Chalice next turn. Oh my god, I didn't think he would do this much damage to Oh my god, clutch dodge? Huge. This is why Chalice is my goat. Hello? She's throwing acid at me? Okay. Hold on. Target loses 33% current HP and is blinded for a turn. Alright, I feel like we need to, like, take a turn to, like, reset and get our bearings here. Alright, we're pretty much at maximum range for that, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna kill this guy. We're gonna come in here, fair fight this guy in. Kill with Yvette. Here, we should actually hit this guy before we throw him. We may not even need to throw him. Might be better to just, No, you know what? We're gonna throw him, because then we'll get the extra action, and then we can reload the rocket bow. Which I think I'd like to do. Wow, great level. What does this do again? Gives Fury status to an ally, which is +5 damage. Okay. Alright, let's reload the rocket bow. This is why we reload the rocket bow, because the rocket bow is sick. We're going to bring this guy in. Shockwave him. Alright, so Ellery's range is actually quite a bit longer than how it appears, because she has Acid Toss. She goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Defensive 10. Yeah, this should be fine. That's if she gets hit. I feel like these mechanics would make it very fun to do like a run aiming for like minimal enemy attacks. Because that's one of the things I'm enjoying most playing this, is that the like, since you have limited heals, it feels like you really want to avoid getting attacked if you can, and figuring out the ways to do that I'm finding pretty fun. I feel like this will work, but let's, I haven't done any math, so, like, you know, hopefully it'll work. Yeah. Okay. So we'll frying pan this guy down. Okay, then I don't think we've used Chalice's utility yet. So what we'll do is we'll go like here. We're gonna fair fight. Nice dodge, Gecko. And then I don't think Chalice killed anyone this turn. So we should be able to get a shockwave. And then go again. It's her defense. 14. So that's like pretty good. She kills the... Oh, she hasn't reloaded yet. So like... It's like a little bit messy. We can have her fight the axe guy. She won't take that much from him. And we can reload harm. We'll also take this opportunity to reload Misery Ender. Take the instant kill on the promoted enemy. I don't want to mess with him. Chalice MVP. I mean, Chalice has definitely been pretty huge. She also dodged like a 65 that would have killed her, so we love her for that. I think that's the first time we've seen her crit animation. Alright, looks like these guys don't move. Although, why do they have big range? Oh, they just do. Okay. That's fine. So I think we can give this fella a whack. And then see if we can set up to start, like, maybe fight one of the bosses next turn. Because we can pull them out with a utility, and then have, like, an easier time with them. Speaking of utilities. Just gonna throw this guy over here. Okay, and then we can misery end this one, and then we even kept the blast chalice, so we can or the blast amulet. What is it called? So we can use this on the lowest resistance. Okay, so we could like probably just blow up one of the twins. The other one has good res. I want to patch up Gecko, but I also want to reload the rocket bow. I think I'm going to reload the rocket bow, because we can always, like, patch up and then... Or we can always use the patch up kit and then still get a move with utility force next turn. So is the idea here that everybody has 2 free move and acts with utility skills as a free action? So every character has Gale Force, basically exactly as it works in... okay, it's fine. Exactly as it works in Awakening, where it's just like, kill enemy, get another move. And then... every character also has Utility Force, which is get another move when you use one of your utility abilities. Here, I don't know if we can, but I want to see if we can kill all 3 bosses this turn. And then they also have, like, their own special items. So Gecko can actually get a third, or a 4th move, if she kills someone with Misery Ender. Yeah, I actually think we can just kill all the bosses this turn. What a day. And it only gets worse from here. Bro, what on earth did you get us into? Sorry, I gotta get you with the frying pan. How did Prince get his hands on fighters as good as you lot? I did everything I could to get us both through this hell. And this is the reward for my efforts? This isn't right. Alright, let's end the misery. Wow, an enemy my age? That hasn't happened before. I won't show any quarter, of course. Come on, say something. A war cry? Fight for freedom? Something. No blood, no glory, eh? Sorry, sis. Is it over? Still one more big fish to fry. Let's get this unpleasant business over with. Thank you for your efforts, but there's not much else you can do. Now please, get moving. But your highness, you... We'll pray for your safety. Let's go, mother. Call it a professional courtesy, but I'd like to hear from my killers. You're the saint of the Craglands. What made you agree to this? A simple deal for my own people. But if you had not shattered the peace of the realm with your usurpation, the warlords of the Craglands would not have grown so ambitious, and I would not be needing to make these exchanges in the first place. The pyre, built by the talons of local despots and rotting lineages, finished decades ago. I may have lit the spark, but a flame was necessary to rebuild the realm anew. A lofty promise, but I can only act on what's there in front of me. And there I find no sanctuary, only the ruins of unearned arrogance. I suppose my intent matters not if I can't fulfill my promises, does it? And you're that infamous mercenary archer, Yvette. Kinda surprised you even know my name personally. For what it's worth, with how you broke the kingdom apart, it's quite good for my work. Thank you for metaphorically shooting me before actually shooting me. Anytime. Finally, you, a prodigy in battle who has no right to exist. Are you a product of this chaotic age I unleashed on the land? I'm not from here. I'm from a faraway place. I'm glad. That's one sin off my back. I just wanted to be a hero, like the hero would have saved me. You may get your wish. Perhaps they might even get you a fancy title. The Tyrant Slayer. Something like that. Ellery, I thought... I didn't spend the effort of putting myself back together only to see you give up. What's left to fight for? I hear their cries. Our rebellion has fallen. The great work is over. Stuff the great work. It's no longer about that. It's about you. Your heart's still beating, isn't it? That's all that matters. Everyone who's entrusted their future to me has already left. It would be... You're not playing the martyr card with me here. Get up. We promised we'd stand at each other's side, did we not? I'm not taking this lying down. I must apologize, my would-be assassins. Something more important has come up. Now that's the fighting spirit of the so-called usurper. We definitely killed her, didn't we? How is she here? Who cares? Let's end this off on a good note. A good note? I can't comprehend you. Alright, what skills did we just learn here? Cannot be affected by status effects or area damage. Cannot be hit if within 3 tiles of one another. As long as one of the pair lives, the other revives with half HP. Okay. Hold on. Let's figure this out. So can't be hit if within 3 tiles of one another. As long as one of the pair lives, the other revives with half HP. So we need to move them out from each other's range. And then We need to kill them on the same turn, is my understanding. So I think we want to, like, kind of get in position here. And then split them up with our utilities, and then just take them out in one turn. Seems like the move. Alright, so we're going to have Yvette throw. Oh my god, this one's got a lot of HP, huh? We don't have to kill them in one turn, though. We just have to, or rather, like, they need to die on the same turn, but we don't have to, like, we can weaken them and then kill them on the following turn. They also only revive with half HP. So we can do 60 here. Actually, I think we might be able to just kill them in one turn, though. So we can do 23 here. Yeah, I think we can get this done in one turn. Then we use the rocket bow. Can still keep. That'll do. That won't be enough. I thought I was prepared for failure, but when this day came, the hope everyone placed in me came to nothing. Only a legacy of destruction, without any of the promised reformation. I'm certain the people will look back on what you did with a favorable view. For now you should take comfort in the fact that you did what you could. But I dragged you down with me. We promised to never stand alone. No need to stain your hands one last time, girl. I'll see myself out. You shouldn't have made a deal with it. Cannot take from me anything greater. It's suffocating in here. I must say I was not expecting any of us to survive the day. Miracles do happen, I suppose. Home's never felt more inviting than it does now. Being out of your company is merely a bonus. Are you still mad about... I've long made my peace with accidents out of our control. That phenomenally stupid charge to send us to our deaths was not. The camp would have been on full alert after the old man bid it. So same result. Enough about that! Do you two really feel nothing after everything we've seen? What's there to be sorrowful about? Everyone here died for something they believed in, as heroes to themselves. I'd say that's a beautiful way to end one's temporary stain on this plane. If we weren't the perpetrators, but I couldn't stop because then they'd kill us, so I had to keep going. I thought if we got to the usurper this would end, but it kept going and... The world's got no shortage of fighters with a cause. Bandits, mercenaries, knights. Who doesn't believe the world owes the right to enforce their own will? That's so... I don't know the word, but it's not all equal. As I see, they all seek to deprive them others and enrich themselves. They keep losing me with the nuances, but sound similar to me. Don't listen to the madwoman. Our foes were promised to be traitorous and wicked enforcers, not townsfolk forced to bear arms, not the bold and the desperate. It's natural to lament this loss of life, especially given the prince's deceit. So you wouldn't have agreed to any of this if the prince didn't lie? I make a point not to lie. I might have agreed nonetheless. But you're a follower of Ellis. You should be kind and benevolent, right? Ellis was not benevolent, nor was she even a god. But that's not particularly relevant. I can only act on what's in front of me, and that's the needs of the Craglands. They took me in after these cruel years, and for that, there are lows I will sink to. I have learned to make my peace with that. How can you look at this carnage brought about by our hand and simply say I've made my peace? It's how I was able to stay sane in the past few years of my life. It shouldn't be this way. There's only keeping peace with what is. Rot in hell, puppet prince! How much kingdom is left for you to sell to the real rulers? Is that everyone? Good. Archers, open fire. Ah, my heroes of the hour! But where's Sir Adelmund? His corpse is somewhere near the riverbank, I reckon. Alas, what a good man! A shame he would not see the scene of my ultimate victory, which his sacrifice brought about. A public ceremony will be held in his honor. You said we were here to liberate people from the usurper. You've lied to us about what we're doing, who we're fighting, just everything. Lie? I need not lie to secure the loyalty of mercenaries. Then what's all this? These are not my people. They're traitors. Filth to be cleansed from this land. I thought princes were supposed to be noble and heroic, but you're a wretch, a villain. No better than a common pirate like all those we have back home. It'd be more entertaining if you could make a real insult. Oh, Alice, maybe I shouldn't have... Be silent. I have handled your lack of decorum with grace and understanding, but I shall not be accused with these vulgar insults like a common vagrant. Your Highness, please excuse our companion's outburst. You must understand the harm war can cause to the mind. I'm not unaware of such, but belittlement of your to-be king cannot go unanswered. I'd call for death in any other circumstances, but I'd say 200 lashings will suffice. A simple lesson, nothing more than that. You slimy bastard. I must have misheard the number, Your Highness, for 200 lashes is merely a slower execution. Given she's quite the warrior, I'm certain it'll do little lasting harm. I'm not going to lie down and let you kill me. I've no further business with you, Saint and Markswoman. Politely leave the area. She's higher on the comrade scale than you are, Royal Highness. Seems like it's going to be quite the showdown, and I won't miss it. I can't let you kill her in good conscience, Your Highness, just for a simple outburst. I'd implore you to reconsider. You've met her for no more than a day, and you disobey the to-be king for her? Hence why you should reconsider, in your infinite mercy. Thank you, you two. I've not had someone on my side like this. A pity you fine warriors choose to die over something so trivial. But so be it. Kill them all. The 7th prince besieged the 3rd princess for 93 days until the walls of the town fell. The 3rd princess, her advisors Ellery and Zio, and her commander Evadne were all killed in battle. On that morning, the 7th's claim to the throne was unopposed. All you had to do was swallow your pride for 1 minute. Now look at us. Cragsland won't get those supplies, Yvette and Gecko won't get their gold, and you won't be alive very shortly. I thought a princely education would have given you a good grasp on numbers. Should have done the maths and realized if we could take out the usurper's rear guard, we could do the same to you. This has been a terrible misunderstanding. That you wanted me beaten to death? You must have been deceived by the wicked words of my sister, or her advisor. I've read her speeches and know of this great work she so righteously defends, overturning centuries of tradition that's the very foundation of law and order. I was content being a free prince and didn't even dream of taking the throne, But it was she who extinguished the royal line, who forced me into this position. But you can still make this right. Allow me to part unharmed, and I shall forget any... Good for you, Your Highness. But we don't care about any of that. You tried to kill us. You tried to kill me. You two didn't have to do anything. Close enough. He's probably plotting 19 ways to avenge this humiliation. Needless to say, kill him. Do you want to do the honors? I'll do it. Never snapped the neck of a prince before. You can't touch me, fools. Once my supporters in the main army catch up to you, they'll skin you alive like the rabid animals you are. They'll display your limbs at every castle in the land, grind your bones to dust and throw it into the winds. I'm doing it. You know, I've always been kind of curious. Do you cook with that pan of yours? No! I figured. You'd be tasting royal brain in the morning. You should have left me to die. Anyone else would. I should have, if I truly put the Craglands above all. But I never claimed to be a creature of logic. As I see it, you made the objectively correct decision. Gecko and I could have killed you and all the Prince's Guard. Sure. I ruined everything again, didn't I? I just got so very angry. I didn't think it would ruin the supplies your people need. Gecko, think nothing of it. It was my decision to side with you. Perhaps it is justice that I do not benefit from the demise of others. And thus I was foolish for thinking I should have in the first place. Everything I touch turns to dust. It's why I had to keep traveling. Why I ended up all the way here. Your heart's in a good place, and that's worth more than everything in this world. Leave today behind. I'm certain you'll find a cause worth fighting for. I was going to suggest that you should go home, but that sounds better. You need to keep your mouth shut. I understand. I can still fix things. I just have to find the good ruler. Make them the real ruler. They can fix everything, and everything will all be okay. I don't know what kind of mental leaps you made there. That's not quite what I would suggest. No, this is the right thing to do. And everything I've already done, it would all lead to something. It would mean something. I understand now. If that line of thinking works for you, then who am I to judge? In the meantime, our late employer's threat wasn't quite an empty one. I do like a good last stand, but this isn't quite what I had in mind. As quickly as we came together for this unfortunate day, we disperse. Very well. I hope for your good fortune, though some less than others. You two are good people despite it all. I hope we can meet again one day. Good people? My father must be so proud from the afterlife. Perhaps drinks are in order if we ever cross paths again. Never. Tough. But was promptly slain by his own mercenaries. With his death, the lineage of the Old Kingdom came to an end. But the world moves on. In this new era, within the short span of just 20 years, 17 sovereigns rose. Chalice returned to the sinking ship that was the Craglands, and forcibly kept it afloat. Her efforts were crucial to keeping the Craglands out of the war that would plague the continent. Illness from overwork took her in the end. Yvette thrived in this chaotic era, and found herself leading her own band of desperados. Her renown grew as she survived battle after battle, and she slew many a warlord personally. Her reunion with Gecko would be her final battle. Gecko served in the army of a warlord worthy of her loyalty and rose up the ranks. While she was a successful war hero, her tactlessness made many enemies in the new ruler's court, and she was exiled from the center of power. Your turn count is 18 turns. Thank you for playing. I mean, that one was pretty... That was pretty heat. I really liked that one. I liked it enough that it makes me want to go play the Cerulean Crescent. You guys should play that one. You'll find it linked in the description. It's pretty sick. Beyond some of the stuff I already talked about, I wish that I had played this before I made my like boss fights video, because I think the way the bosses were implemented in this chapter was really cool. And like mostly allowed for multiple solutions, and that engaged with like the rest of the map. Like there, like the way that I did the last two bosses involved, like, there's the obvious part that's intended, right? That you need to like move them apart and then figure out how to kill them on one turn. And I liked that my strategy for doing that involved using the dropped item from the map. But like that, I don't feel like that was the only way to do it. It feels like the mechanics, I feel like, and the bosses encourage a lot of creativity. I also liked the way the closed off roofs engaged with the utility skills. One of my favorite, I only did it twice on the map, but it was like two of my favorite things was using the warp bomb to trap a one range unit on a roof. So like you could take a tricky enemy and just put them on the roof, and then you don't have to deal with them. That was a really fun hack. It was also a really long hack, so I'm probably not going to get through everything I was hoping to today. Let me see what's up next. Next up is Radiant Stratagem. This is Night Zap's game. I think this one is SRPG Studio. See, capture sources. I'm gonna lower the volume a bit. I don't know how it sounds for you guys, but it's a little loud on my end, so I'm just gonna lower that a little bit. How much longer am I going to be going for? At least one more hack. Depending on how long this one takes, maybe one more after that. In these trying times, many unfortunate and desperate people get caught in the net of the Sable Syndicate, Kalidian's most feared group of criminals, and forced into a life of crime. Four such unfortunate souls will once again have to dirty their hands when their handler comes in with an order. Gather up, dogs. We've got a mission from up high. Someone's paying a whole lot to have us off Duchess Xanth. The hit is tomorrow night. This is an important and dangerous mission. If you don't prove useful for the Sables, or if you chicken out, the boss will find other ways to make use of you. Lady Xanth? Why are you so distraught, kid? That damn collaborator had it coming. I thought you were a thief, not a murderer, Cyan. It's got you so worked up. What's getting me worked up? She's one of the traitors who handed the country over on a silver platter. Yeah, I know, but are we actually gonna just murder someone simply because we're ordered to? I may have bloodier hands than Tulio, but I also don't want to be someone else's weapon. Oh, how I wish I could drive my axe in that horse-faced dastard's back and run away. Whether you're a weapon or not is for you to decide, dogs. But go on, complain a bit more. Maybe I'll turn your whining into screaming. I'm in a good mood today, so I'm actually letting you try. Go ahead, attempt hurting me. Getting cocky, are we? What? It just bounced off? What kind of freak are you? You actually went for it. Your fear smells delicious. I'm the kind of freak that'll make you regret it if you ever think you have a chance against me. It's like he's made of metal. It is how it is. We all need something we can only get from the Sables. Cyan needs cash, I need contacts. I was forced to work here, and I stumbled from one slaver to the next. Aren't you ashamed that you chose working for such scum? I wouldn't be here if the traitors hadn't let Blanc walk all over us. Tomorrow night, a collaborator dies and my family eats its fill. It's only fair. I've already known I'd walk a dark path when I chose to study necromancy. I'm not bothered. You sound like you are. That doesn't matter. My field was illegal even under the old rulers. I need contacts in the black market to get the material I require. Grease. But our backgrounds aren't important now. Everyone here has a reason they're doing this shameful job. We should get ready, lest we end up on a guard's spear tip or in the salt mines the Sables run. At least you got your shit together. But you could also take a page out of Cyan's book and get a little murder happy. Cyan, can you scout out the target's villa tonight? Understood. Caladian had grown weak in the past 2 decades, its king becoming increasingly disinterested in governing and more concerned with his own decadence. And so many noble houses started thinking they could do a better job. 2 years ago, they got their chance when the neighboring kingdom of Blanc invaded. A majority of the noble houses collaborated with the attackers, offering to pacify the country and govern in Blanc's name. The few remaining loyalists, led by the great knight Sir Stein, assembled their troops and rode out to meet the invaders on the Verdus Plains. Knights of Caladian, today's the day to prove your mettle. You are the last line between our people's freedom and the vile invaders seeking to burn down their houses and take their children. We may be outnumbered, but we're strengthened by our duty, our honor, our pride. Charge! One warrior of the Loyalists was Tullio of House Indigo, squire of Sir Stein. Even though his training was incomplete, he nonetheless asked to join the battle for his homeland. For Caladian! For Caladian! For Caladian! Charge! To your deaths! To our deaths! To our deaths! To our deaths! Hi, Ignat. But in the end, he lacked courage. We've lost. Caladian is lost. Tullio fled through the countryside. By the time he returned to the capital, it was already occupied by Blancian forces. Its gate opened for them by the collaborators, and House Indigo was one of them. Cowards. Traitors. Throwing rocks from the glass house. Shameful scum. Without money or support, he attempted to flee the country. His attempt to flee the country eventually ended with him getting into trouble with the Sable Syndicate and having to work for them. That brings us to that fateful night 2 years later. What was up with that? Did you know the Duchess or something? Yes, truth be told, she was a mentor to me. I might have become her squire if she hadn't retired by the time I was old enough. So you were gonna become a knight? And the way you carry yourself, does that mean you're a noble? A survivor of the Loyalists? Keep your voice down. The walls have ears. But yes, I lost my house 2 years ago. Without a florine in your pocket and your name on the invaders' shit list, you got caught up in the world of crime. And I've been stuck there, wallowing in my shame since. I always suspected you had something like that going on. We might well be different worlds, you born with a silver spoon in your mouth and me a simple farmer's daughter. But right now we're both without a home and without our freedom. Let's watch each other's backs, shall we? Agreed. If I ever find an opportunity to run from the Sables, I'm taking you with me. Same to you. I'm not leaving anyone I care about behind anymore. Sorry for losing my cool back there. I'm endangering the mission. I understand your grief, but I'm still surprised that you're so eager to bloody your hands. Didn't you say you wanted to stay as clean as possible? That was when I was a solo burglar. After I took on a job for the Sables and got ensnared in their net, I realized I would take a life in time. I've already killed some guards doing heists. This is just the first time murder is directly what I'm tasked to do. And Duchess Xanth, there's more to it than just for helping my... Yeah. There's more to it than just for helping bring my homeland down. It's personal. You used to work for her, right? You said you were a cook? Losing your job is rough, but that doesn't sound like something that could ignite such anger. I wasn't a cook. That was a lie. I was one of her spies, but after Blanc took over, the Conquerors quickly went on to purge dissenters. Any servants of the collaborators who weren't completely loyal to the new leaders were swiftly and brutally executed. I did not want to gamble on Xanth covering for me. Dissenters like you had to go out of sight very quickly. Those who didn't make it ended up getting drawn and quartered in the city square. The brutality demoralized most would-be rebels. I tried to join up with the resistance, but couldn't pick up the thread. Being desperate for money to feed my family, I resorted to burglary, which resulted in me landing on the syndicate's payroll. I was shocked when I met you here. You didn't seem the type to involve himself with crime. I was a spy, so if I've deceived you, it's because I'm good at my job. I'm not proud of what became. But a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. I see. I shouldn't have assumed I knew everything. I was just surprised about you here myself. A few black market contacts can't be so hard to get that you'd have to work for the Sables long term. The Sables saw my talent, and necromancers are usually known for a certain degree of ruthlessness, so they press-ganged me into becoming their muscle, and I still haven't gotten anything out of it. I shouldn't have tried becoming a necromancer. I should give it all up, find a way to run from the Sables, and get back to a less dangerous magic. Now my pride has turned me into someone else's weapon. I wouldn't put it like that. Your magic could cure my daughter when no normal doctor was able to help her. Necromancy can heal the living, not just raise the dead. You're right to be proud of your abilities. Still, I'd rather give it all up than continue being a dog of the Sables. If the opportunity comes, I'll run away. Maybe I can even find the tomes I need in another fashion. I would also rather ditch the Syndicate, but to do that, I would need to find a way to protect my family from them. But if you want to run away, maybe I could cover you. And I figure Jade and Tulio also don't want to be here. Damn, why does that kid seem familiar? Finally all is in place. That kid doesn't even know I found out his little secret a while ago. He already smelled like a noble, even if he's been living in the dirt for 2 years. When I found out he's a lost heir of House Indigo and a survivor of the Loyalists, he became worth his weight in gold. Now I've also found skeletons in the Duchess's closet. At last, I've got enough hand to make a play. 2 years of humiliation are coming to an end. After the Duchess retired from knighthood, she moved to a small villa of her own, away from the manor of her noble house of Titian. The plan for the mission was to get inside the garden and escape through the same route after killing her. All clear. Hello and welcome to Radiant Stratagem Accolade for a new chance. As this game is made in SRPG Studio, there are some differences from the Fire Emblem gameplay you may be familiar with. You can save from the menu at the start of turns as long as none of your units have moved. Critical hits are disabled by default. Only units with the skills Critical and Revenge can score them. Effective weapons double a unit's overall attack power instead of tripling the weapon's might. The support section on a unit stat screen shows which other units they give a support bonus to. Some supports are one way. Have fun! Alright, let's see what we got here. Uncanny toughness, big defense bonus. Other than that, kinda slow, great defense, good strength. Well, I assume... Oh, maybe he's not kinda slow. I assume... Maybe his stats are just good. I think his stats are just good. Alright, we get to recover some HP each turn. He gets support from Cyan. This is like our caster. Turns mana into life heat. Removes target's life heat to harm them. Oh, this is a healing staff. And then this is our damage tome. I understand. Shade's got a regular axe and a hand axe. Pretty strong. Pretty slow. Decently bulky. Crits on counterattacks 35% of the time. Alright. Tulio's got a rapier for us. I like that it's an old rapier. That's a nice touch since he's been like disgraced nobility for so long. This guy's decently fast. Okay strength. Probably perform pretty well when he's got effective damage. Oh, did we have a skill? Evasion plus 10. Coward. Cyan, we've got ambush. I guess that's just vantage, but no conditions. Just happens all the time. He can crit. Doors can be opened without using keys. It's got a crit rate of 20. And that looks like it's got a brave effect. Very fast, not very bulky, and pretty weak. Well, let's see what we can do. Oh, is this a green unit? Yeah. We've got a talk there. We'll take care of that later. We're going to take care of these enemies first. Good. Glad we hit. We can finish this one off with the soldier sword. There are many more guards than we expected. You're here to kill, so kill. No complaining, you dogs. There was much less commotion when I scouted last night. Something's wrong. Just ping this guy over the wall. We're just gonna put her here so that Gris doesn't get attacked, and then we can do this talk convo. Something on your mind. This is not the first time you've fought. You should get a grip. It's not that. I was curious about your magic. I've heard many awful things about necromancers, but I haven't seen you in action before. Sounds like you expected me to bring a bunch of undead along and have them slaughter their way through the manor. I don't have the skills for that yet. And even if I did, I wouldn't do that. What do you do then? Necromancy is actually just a subset of thermomancy, but instead of normal heat, I control life heat. For example, I can take my opponent's life heat away to harm them. That sounds gruesome. It isn't much worse than a normal thermomancer setting people on fire, I'd argue. Enough talk for now. There's enemies to fight. I agree. I don't see that as more unethical than setting someone on fire. What is the meaning of this? I open the door to find a lance pointed at my heart, and your soldiers start ransacking my home? Is this how Blanc rewards those who aid it? You're under suspicion of aiding rebels, Duchess. You're under arrest, at least until we confirm that such rumors are untrue. I find it hard to believe that you'll let me go just because you find nothing to incriminate me in my mansion. If you don't like Blanchian law, then you shouldn't have handed over your kingdom to the king. If you ask me, your collaborators have gotten way too comfy getting to hold on to your riches and govern our new province. Your head on a pike would be a nice deterrent to anyone thinking they can run this show. Dastardly cur. Though maybe I will be merciful. This is a beautiful sword I confiscated from you. Maybe I'll report we found nothing, if you let me keep it. Oh, and where in the Blanchian law that applies to country now is it written that a suspect may go free by bribing a sergeant? Be silent, Caladian wretch. So I guess life heat is just like this game's like life force is life heat. Yeah, I like the portraits. I'm not, like, familiar enough with SRPG Studio to know, like, I know SRPG Studio has, like, some baked-in assets. I'm not sure which of these are those and which of these are, like, brand new. But either, like, regardless, I agree. I think the portraits look very nice. Narwhale. Narwhales swimming in the ocean, causing a commotion because they are so awesome. It's a spear. Oh, I assume this is gonna become a friend. And then we can, because I was gonna say we don't have a spear user. But it seems we may acquire one. Like a strength level up. I don't know if magic like matters. Like there might be magic axes, there might not. Nice, we like a door key. There's a little soft lock prevention in case we let the thief die. To have to defeat everyone on the... You know, it would probably be good for me to look at the objective. It's supposed to confront Xanth or Tulio dies. I suspect that the map will not end when we talk to Xanth, though. I think we have a little more to do after that. We're just gonna bully this guy into the corner. Hello, Blind Coco. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Also note, so y'all have probably seen me talk about this, but this week, Blind Coco's SRPG, Gales of Naeli, came out, and I have had a really good time with it. If you want to learn more about it, I put a video out on my channel, but whether you want to watch the video or not, I do recommend you look into it. It's really fun. I like it a lot so far. Once we're done with the Pride hacks, I'll probably be streaming a playthrough. I might even start this week. We'll see. I've been itching to get going on it. What's this? Some rebels trying to bail out their benefactor? That's all the proof I need. You are a traitor to Blanc Xanth. Any specifics on the run? I mean, I definitely want to try a different avatar, since I did like mage in the early access playthrough. Which I did enjoy. I do like mage, but gotta try new things. Oh wait, I don't want to attack Xanth. I want to stand in front of Xanth so the green unit can't attack her, because I don't know if he's going to, but he might. Seems like a real jerk, that guy. Ooh, fun music. Lady Xanth, it's I, Tulio Indigo. Ah, my aging eyes did not deceive me. How is it that you're alive? I thought you had perished at Verdus like Sir Stein. I was a shameful coward. I ran while my comrades were slaughtered, and then got entangled in the Sable Syndicate. I was never fit to be a knight. But I have to ask, why did you betray our country, our king? You used to be a hero of the people. Why allow them to be enslaved? I made a shameful choice. But by my pride as a knight, I swear what I tell you now is true. I did not wish for our people to suffer, but with our army beaten and most noble houses, including House Tatian itself, switching sides, I would have been a lone rebel. I decided that I could better aid the resistance by holding on to my assets and my connections. I've burned many bridges that way, and not all have been repaired yet. I still wonder if I should have chosen differently. You always told me that as a knight, you had an oath to your people, to never surrender to an invader threatening them. Can I really trust you after breaking your oath? We've both done things to be terribly ashamed of, but I want to try reclaiming my pride. Don't you wish to do so too? You ran in an hour of need, but you could have easily joined back up with your family if you truly were a coward. Instead, you chose to hold on to a bit of pride, trying to find a chance to recover the rest of it. But I was ensnared by criminals and went along with their schemes just so they wouldn't kill me. I'm still a coward. That might be true, but it also ended up bringing you here. You kept living. Now you've arrived at the chance to reforge your pride, to liberate the people of Caladian. Yes, you're right. I have a chance to change. If I was a real coward, I could go along with rogues and the boss's orders, and cut down my unarmed mark. But now it's time to cling on to a new chance. I want to do it. I want to break free from the Sable's chains, and I want to fight. Spoken like a true knight. Yes, it's time that you receive your accolade. Kneel, young squire. What a beautiful sword. Is that a lion blade? From now on, you shall be a knight. Raise your head and take this blade. Let's put the soldier sword away. Skill lost, cower. Skill get, chivalric confidence. Am I really worthy of wielding such an excellent sword? Wouldn't it be better in your hands? You may be old, but certainly not rusty. Usually rare weapons like this, forged with dragon flame and imbued with great power, are only awarded to the most accomplished knights, not a freshly knighted warrior who has yet to prove themselves. But I see a strong sword as a mere tool, to be used to liberate the people. If you still feel unworthy, you're free to hand it to someone you trust. Anyone skilled with a sword can use it. I could certainly wield it to great effect, but I prefer lances over swords. I'd look silly with such a fancy thing. That's the Xanth I know. New victory condition. Escape. New defeat condition. Tulio or Xanth die. Oh, how touching. So in the end, you're just another knight with a death wish, holding on to your worthless pride. I didn't expect any different from you. Who the fuck cares? It's not like this wasn't the night of your doom no matter what. Unmasking a traitor and delivering a fugitive loyalist is my ticket to get back what I deserve. So it was you who tipped Blanc off. That's why they showed up with a search warrant. And then you made me come here so that I walk right into their arms. That sounds like an unnecessarily complicated setup, and I'm not exactly happy that the rest of the team was made to walk into the same trap. I had no guarantee the guards would find anything, so an impromptu rescue mission would sell the show. You're fucked. Hey, stop him! For all his bluster, suddenly he didn't seem so willing to confront us. With how tough he was, his chances would have been good. Yes, he can shrug off an axe to the chest as if a pillow was hitting him. He was looking at the lion blade. I've got an idea why he might have been afraid of that. Bye, unicorn! Wait, it's Sir Rogue. What are you doing here? Delivering 2 traitors on a silver platter like I promised. There's a survivor of the Caladian and loyalists here trying to bail out the Duchess. I tried to stop them, but they're strong. Send reinforcements. You shouldn't endanger yourself like that, Rogue. Stay behind. They climbed over the garden wall to get in. Block off their escape route. You're not the one giving the orders, former House of Herman. Or Hemen. You're lucky I'm not arresting you for getting in the way of the military. I'll take it from here. You stay in the back. What does that dog think he is? Once I have my title back, I'll have him whipped and beaten. Finally, he's gone. That rogue. Always a big mouth and not much to back it up. Sir, you shouldn't talk about nobility like that. And who's here to blab about it other than a fresh-faced recruit in punching distance? Besides, he's not really a noble anymore. Got dishonorably discharged after getting a whole squad killed. Disowned by his folks, and now he's running a mercenary band and some even less reputable business. If rumors are to be true. And I'm inclined to believe them. Trying to get his title back by pulling a big show. At this rate, these rebels are just going to get right away under his nose. Alright, let's see this new skill. Oh, it's just increased defense and res. Nice. I'm a real sucker for, like, things happening and then you get a skill from them. I love stuff like that. Alright, so presumably I can't just escape back over the garden wall, right? Or maybe I can. I'm a little unsure what the escape point is. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. This hair color. Are you from Pineland? You got that right. One of many who got abducted by Blanc to till the fields here. I tried to run, only to end up enslaved by the Sables instead. If you're gonna play the rebel, I'm joining. Don't you want to return to your homeland? Even if I'm free, it's still far away. I'm broke, and Caladian is full of the people who dragged me here, so I can hardly make the journey. Besides, I don't have a home to go back to anymore. Was your hometown destroyed by the raiders? You guessed it. One of the many farmsteads on the western border who were without protection after the local count got taken out. The Blancian forces were pretty battered and hungry for a reward, so they pillaged most of the west, stole our grain and our cattle, and captured those they didn't outright kill. I was out in the forest when they came. Could have run away, gone to some distant relatives further inland, but I didn't want to leave my parents and siblings on their own. I'm lucky my impromptu rescue attempt didn't just end with an arrow in the chest. Dragged off to Blanc instead, and a bit later sent on the freshly conquered fields of northern Caladian. I'm sorry for opening old wounds. News travels slowly, so I didn't know the full extent of what happened in Pineland. Only that it's one of multiple sources of slaves Blanc brought into Caladian to replace the peasants who died in the famine following the conquest. I don't like dwelling on the past, but you don't have to apologize, especially now when we're still in combat. Alright, anyone else beat up? Yeah, let's, we can get a heal over here. Let's get out of here quickly. I've had a secret tunnel dug for clandestine meetings with resistance members. The entrance is in the kitchen. The torch on the right is a lever. There are also a few useful things I've stockpiled for the resistance. We should pick them up as we get out. Cool. So now I know where we're going. Oh, she already has the door key. Perfect. Alright, Xanth has pretty good stats. And increases hit rates of the homies. Very, very Jagan-esque. Oh, Narwhal's pretty nice. The Duchess has some pretty fancy stuff stored here. These are confiscated. For a Blanc, of course. Totally. A rebel? I also think it's fun when generics have dialogue. One of, like, the most... Like, I'm reminded of, like, the stupid pirates in FE9. The dudes in the Marcia chapter that are like, oh, dogs of the sea are we, hee hee. Like, it would have been really easy to just have them be just, like, random pirates that spawn, right? But I feel like the little dialogue they have just makes them considerably more memorable. Ah, Lion Blade's effective against demons, so presumably that guy was a demon. That's why he didn't want to get hit with the Lion Blade. Res +5 and resistance to curses. Neat. I wonder what curses do. I mean, normally I would be trying not to use the narwhal too much, but... I mean, what, am I saving it for the next chapter, you know? An unexpected turn of events. Suddenly my mark is the ally of one of my teammates. Does that make me your ally too, or Tulio another foe? Unlike Tulio, who respects you, and Cyan, who loathes you, I'm quite indifferent to you. Right now, this mission has gone greatly off script. I think I'll take the risky path of joining up with you and getting out of here. I have no loyalty to the Sables or the task they gave me. But I have no loyalty to your cause, so our paths will split afterwards. But for now, at least, you're my ally, and I'll watch your back. What, the soldiers can't even handle a few slimy rebels and an old hag? I'll have to go in there myself and clean up this mess. Yeah, forgot how to read for a moment there. Cyan, I'm sorry for what happened. I've stated my reasons. It's up to you whether you accept them. I wished to keep you by my side. You would have been a great help with the resistance, but I had to let you go. Blanc was suspecting you of being more than just a simple kitchen worker. You were already selling your soul for your little bit of double agentry. I couldn't trust that you could keep me safe, that you could keep my family safe. Loyalty's everything for a spy, and I couldn't trust in yours anymore. I had to resort to crime to feed my children. I should kill you right here, but it seems my convictions aren't strong enough. I grew weak the moment I became a thief. You may kill me later if it satisfies you, but for now I suggest we work together. The Blancian soldiers will not see you as any less of an enemy just because your knife rests in a rebel's heart. Not to mention Tulio would cut me down if I tried. Damn, there's fire in that kid's eyes now. So I think we're going to start moving other people towards the kitchen. You seem quite eager to fight in other countries' battles. You heard what Xanth and I were talking about, right? Blanc hurt my homeland too. So this is Pineland's battle as well. And even if I really was a bystander who had nothing to do with that all, I'd always stick with my friends, never just walk off and leave them on their own. That's an admirable stance. One I don't really share. I'd rather look for greener pastures to continue my studies than stay here and get involved in the rebellion. I don't really have a stake in this conflict. I may be a Caladian, but after my family disowned me, I don't really have a home here anymore. Why did they throw you out? Because you're non-binary? Oh, based, me too. No, my family was quite understanding in that regard. They had much more objections to me learning necromancy, which, considering that field's ill-reputable, is a reasonable stance. It makes sense, but I find the like, question of, like, why did your parents get mad at you? Was it the non-binary thing or the necromancy thing? That's awesome. It's not like you're stealing people's blood or digging up corpses, so I don't think you're bad just because you're a necromancer. Anyway, I can't force you to join the rebellion, but as long as I'm in Caladian, you'll always have at least one friend here. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. I might take that boss out. Seems optional to do so. But I want to get where we need to go first, and then we'll think about doing extra stuff. Exotic fruit. I wish exotic fruit made me that much better at things, because I eat a lot of pineapple, and it has not made my strength go up by 2. I think we'll probably try to kill this boss next turn. He looks, yeah, he's armored. So we've got magic, a hammer, and a rapier. I think we should be in a good spot to take this guy out. Oh, he kinda tough though. Here, you know what? We can save because we haven't moved yet. Whoa! 36 if it hits, but the hit rate is a wee bit shaky. That being said, we can RNG manip because we did just save. I don't need help from that failure from House Hemon to catch some rebels. She gets a support from Tulio and Grizz, so we can also put Tulio in range to get the support bonus, which may make that hit a little bit more reliable. Yeah, that's much better. Rotten rebels. Get more troops. Better yet, call the Wolf Knights. What is this? Fire Emblem Engage? We got the Salt Pendant. Love that for us. I don't think we need the Warhammer for the rest of this chapter. Yeah, this is fine. Although she will absolutely need healing next turn. FE6 hammers, my beloved. It's interesting how, like, I feel like hammers really fluctuate in, how good they are. Like, because sometimes you get games like Awakening where, like, the Awakening hammer is, like, at least in the early game, pretty solid, even if it's not an armored enemy. And then in some games, the accuracy is just, like, depressing. Not that the accuracy is, like, great in Awakening, you're just often willing to look past it because it's good enough, and its other qualities are nice. Although it probably also has to do with, like, in, like, Awakening Forward, I feel like hit is a much more, like, I mean, it's still, like, don't get me wrong, hit still matters, but, like, hit feels a lot easier to fix now than it used to be. Because, like, supports build faster and easier, and you get more of them, and you get, like, there's just more tools. Like, you get engraves, you get, pair up, tonics, combat arts. Yeah, like, it used to be like if you give Marcus the hammer to hit the armor with, and, like, maybe you have a support for him, but, like, other than that, his hit rate is gonna be what it's gonna be, right? If I pull here, a floor tile slides away. I'm not sure if this is like a escape all situation or just Lord escapes. We'll find out. Oh, that's fun that you, like, do the escape and then you pop out over there. Tunnel's not connected to any actual resistance hiding spots. We'll have to walk a bit until we're safe. And this is where your little escape attempt ends. Rogue, how'd you find us? I can smell cowards a mile away. Well, I decided not to be a coward anymore, so it's time I wash off this stench with your blood. Oh, the little chicken found a fancy sword and is a firebird all of a sudden. I'll love watching you all burn up. Cast the signal. At once, sir. Get 'em, lads! I need the 2 knights alive, but the others can bleed as much as you make 'em. I'm really wondering what game he's playing. He could just fight us here, no problem. Let's hurry. That signal probably tipped off the soldiers, too. It's bringing in thugs from the Syndicate and warriors from the mercenary company he's running on the side. I don't like our chances. His main force is blocking the way to where I wanted to take us. We don't have time to take the long way around. Get ready to fight. Many of the houses around here are homes to resistance members. Maybe we can knock on the doors and ask for help, but I can't promise we'll get much on short notice with so many enemies on the streets. Do I want to save? Yes. I do. Actually, here's my prediction. I think we're going to get an archer out of this house. What's that noise out there? Oh, there's Lady Xanth, fighting some thugs. She probably doesn't need help from little old me, but I'm itching to show her my skills. I knew it! I was like, conveniently placed Pegasus Knight? I bet we're going to get an archer. What's a child doing here? Go home. It's dangerous here. Hey, I may be short, but I'm 17 already. More than old enough to fight for the resistance. We're fighting for our lives here. I can't defend a brat who's never been in a battle on top of that. I admit it's the first time I'm really fighting, but I really want to fight. Blanc's doing so many awful things here, so I figured if I got the courage to help, I must help. I get you, but that kind of pride gets people killed. At least don't jump into the first battle you see. What would your family think if you died tonight? That's exactly why I fight. My family can't do fighting anymore. My pa got killed by Blanc, and my brothers are in somewhere in a labor camp. I've only got my ma, and she's sick too. Who else is gonna fight if I don't? I'm sorry. I spoke without thinking. Don't be. I can tell you just want to protect others. If I'm fighting along someone as dashing as you, I've got nothing to fear. Thank you. I'll fight twice as hard with you on my side. Do you still wish to kill Lady Xanth? The jury's still out on that one, kid. Her house has been searched by Blancian troops, which she then fought and killed. Even if she wanted to, she couldn't be Blanc's ally anymore. Sure, I heard her confession. It was her only choice and all that crap. Can I be honest with you? Well, I do think this was ultimately for the best, and I greatly admire Lady Xanth in general. I can't agree with her choice. She made an oath and she broke it. Even if she never truly changed her loyalty, knights are a kingdom's strongest warriors. If a knight doesn't take pride in their oath to use this strength to protect the weak, what do they become? In the worst case, an oppressor. You sound like a child, talking about knighthood like that. I guess the world would be a better place if more people thought like you. Even 2 years with the Sables couldn't beat it out of you. Thank you, Scion. My point is, Lady Xanth did something terribly wrong, but my judgment of her cannot come entirely from that. Neither can it come entirely from her virtues. I get it, I get it. I'm letting my emotions get in the way again. I do not forgive you. Then you have admirable convictions. But I threw away my convictions long ago. I had to become a criminal when there had been other ways to support my family. I see the parallel. We both cast away our pride for a perceived viable road and have been racked with guilt. Of course, my treason is a much graver crime than what you did. I'm not here to compare. What I want to say is I understand why you did it. What we did in the past can't be changed, but now we can get back on the right path. I want to be proud of myself again. Damn, Tulio really is rubbing off on me. As do I. I'm glad we found our peace so quickly. Agreed. So is your little rebellion in need of a master spy. The seat's already warmed for you. Clementine? What are you doing here? This is a battlefield. I know, Lady Xanth. That's why I'm carrying this bow and why I practice so much with it. But you're still half a child. You may have shot deer and even wolves, but a person's a different caliber entirely. Besides, doesn't this bow belong to your mother? Ma taught me archery since I was a little kid. I'm just as good as her. She's fallen ill, so I'm fighting in her stead. I can't just sit around while you're risking your life, Lady Xanth. This is not the kind of battle you're prepared for. Don't let your pride get yourself killed. Go home. I know how to watch out for myself. I'll shoot anyone who gets too close to me. Anyway, there's enemies. I'll be off. That darn child. Even if I drag her back to her house, she'll just sneak out again. Well then. A knight's duty is to protect the people. Idiot rogue got this many of his goons out on the street. He's trying to cause a crackdown on the Sables. When he begged me for his help, I thought this was an assassination mission. I've got the feeling I'm not seeing him again no matter how this night ends. If he has all this manpower, no reason for me to get my hands too sweaty. If an enemy comes through here, I'll murk him, but otherwise, why bother doing what that idiot wants? That sounds like a recruitable character to me. Perhaps. Oh, let me look at her things, because that was interesting. Fixed probability to act consecutively. Nice. Thracia moment. Good level. Whoa, a wizard! Don't sneak up on me like that. When I saw an unfamiliar face, I thought you were an enemy for a moment. Sorry, I just excited to see you in action. Us poorer folks don't get to see people using magic. What can you do? As a necromancer, I control life heat, so I can heal wounds. If you get hurt, you should hurry to me. Oh, you can heal people? That's amazing. Can you help my ma? She's very sick. I was planning on leaving the city as soon as possible, but when you ask me like that, it's hard to say no. Alright, I'll visit once the streets are safe again. Wonderful! There's a lot of people who can use help from someone like you. I'll watch your back. We're all in together in the Resistance. I'm not a member of the... There she goes. She didn't even flinch when I told her my profession. Fine. I'll help her mother. I owe her that much. I don't really feel like you owe her anything, but I think you should help her mom anyway, because that's a nice thing to do. Ooh, big dodges this enemy phase? That's how you know my strategy is sound, when the RNG is in my favor? When you have bad strategies, the dice actually roll worse. This is a little known fact. Okay, that was pretty good. Tulio, we can have take this guy out with the rapier. Or we could have used the big hammer. Big hammer would have been a good option too. Oh my, are you lot with Lady Xanth? I'm an apothecary. Brewed up some neat little things for the resistance to use. Poison that harms the target and sap their strength. And a potent saporific that can send even a grown man into dreamland. Neat. Ooh, good dodge. Oh, she can't quite one-shot him. What about you, Cyan? Yeah, you could take him out. And I think you shall. Ooh, big crit. Yeah, maybe I should take a turn and just clear out some of these flyers before they build up too much. Cool. get those out of the convoy later if we need them. Here we have a talk we can do. Everything okay, Jade? I'm fine. Just a long fight. My focus may be slipping. You don't even have sweat on your brow yet. I don't believe this is just exhaustion. Sharp-eyed as always. It's just, this whole thing keeps escalating. Everything's going out of control. We've got rogues, thugs in front of us, soldiers in the back. I'm afraid I'm gonna screw up again. It's just when I escaped. You won't end up under someone else's thrall yet again. You're not alone anymore. I haven't told you the whole story yet. You've readily revealed your past failings, so it's my turn. When the slavers separated me from my parents, I wasn't all alone. Jonah and Jill, my little siblings, were taken to the same farm as I. I made plans to escape together, learning about blind spots we could use, and where to steal some food or even money where we could travel more easily. What happened then? Did the plan go wrong? It didn't go wrong. It didn't go anywhere. One day a fire broke out in the barn, and in the chaos of everyone trying to extinguish it, I saw my opportunity to slip away. Just a brief window where I was in the right place and no one paid attention to me. And I grabbed it. Without taking my siblings, without any supplies. I failed them because of my impulsiveness. And it wasn't even worth it. I just ended up under the Sable's yoke because I had no other way to survive. Jade, I can't blame you. I also ran away when others needed me. And unlike Sir Stein and the other knights, your siblings might still be out there. You can save them. You can make things right. Can I still look into their eyes? I promised to protect them, and I broke that promise. What happened has happened. Up to this night, I was doing nothing but wallowing in my own shame. But I'm alive, and you're alive, and that means we still have the opportunity to make things right. Even if your siblings hate you for what you did, saving them means they'll be free. You're right. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but your optimism is infectious. I want to keep living, keep fighting, and one day save Jonah and Jill, and everyone else under Blanc's thrall. 'Tis nice. Bum ba ba dum, bum bum, bum ba ba dum, ba da da dum. I want to try doing... I feel like I should be doing Clementine's move first on most turns, because she has the random chance to get another move. So if I do hers first, I can, like, plan the rest of my turn. Like, I can react to if she gets another turn. Which one of these gives res? Ruby. Hey, thank you for the donation to Point of Pride, Anonymous. Much appreciated. Good amount of donations today. Really appreciate you guys. You know, we're going to be continuing these streams through July because there's so many games, so it's great that we're already over 500. Alright, so we're going to give her the Ruby Amulet. Because I'm going to put her in range of a couple mages right now. Is she full health? Yep. Oh, I don't know what I was worried for. A dagger guy can barely hurt her. Ooh, big dodge, Clementine. It would have been fine anyway, but we love a Clementine dodge. Saves us a heal or a cure leaf. Bonk. Alright, Clementine has 7 defense and 4 res. And if I move her here, she is in range of these 2 enemies. This one has 13 attack, so she would take 6. This one has 24 attack, so she would take 17, so she should survive a hit from both. Let's go, Clementine. You can have Cyan start off. If he gets a crit, even better. Nice. Scary things are happening tonight. Flying mercenaries everywhere. So if you're from the Resistance and these vultures are harassing you, maybe I should go on the hunt. Nice, so maybe like some reinforcements are gonna spawn over there and he can take those out for me. And that's nice, if so. So your move is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I didn't mean to skip the enemy phase. Whoops. Alright, so this guy does move. But Rogue doesn't, so we could send Xanth down. Take this mage out. And then that makes... It's over, Rogue. Or are you going to keep running away? Truly, you seem to have caught Tulio's cowardice when he cast it away. I was just getting reinforcements. I'm no knight. Fighting honorably? Pride? That crap gets you killed. Like your precious Sir Stein and the rest of your troop were. Now I can get my revenge to the last of you and mighty knights after you ruined me 2 years ago. Revenge? For what? Wait, do you mean that ambush? Are you from the Blancian troop that assaulted us the day before the battle with the main force? They were routed easily. Had they stayed with the rest of the army, those soldiers wouldn't have wasted their lives. I was their commander. I thought there was no glory in a one-sided fight, and tried to pick you off early. That devastating loss cost me everything. My house abandoned me, and I was forced to make do as a mercenary captain in league with criminals. Now I know that glory and pride are hollow things. Glory is gained by doing whatever makes your superiors happy, by any means. Pride is something made up by weaklings who couldn't accept losing to people using dishonorable tactics. If I capture 2 rebels, It's not out of pride for my country. It's to get back the life I deserve. Now die! What's up, my favorite reptile? What's up, my favorite Aaron-based mass land destruction spell? Good to see you, as always. Okay, Clementine may be the GOAT. She keeps procking the... like, I think that's the second or third time she's procced the Go Again skill. I wonder what the rate is, because I don't think it said. Like, it said fixed rate, but I don't think it said what the rate was. Yeah. So I wonder if I'm getting lucky, or if it just has, like, a pretty high proc rate. Okay, this is just a single village. I can't use it twice. Rebels on the streets. They'll be crushed under the hooves of us. Blanc's finest knights. What's the current win condition? Are we escaping or are we just killing Rogue? We're escaping. Okay. Hero borrow the Lion Blade because you can get to Rogue this turn. Lady Xanth, your horse. What about my dear Butterbloom? Oh, I like it when the animals have names. Hey, Night Zap. Act Again has a 15% chance, so you're lucky. Okay. We do love getting lucky. How did you get it through the tunnel? It was barely high enough for me to walk. How'd a horse fit through there? Oh, that's an old horse's trick. You're a young human, you wouldn't understand. That doesn't even make sense. Don't think about it too hard. Is something on your mind? You always get distracted by such little things when you're nervous. You see right through me as always. I've been all high and mighty saying I was going to be a brave knight from now on, but the truth is, I'm still scared. Especially now that there are so few against so many. And yet this time you're not running. There's a difference between being afraid and being a coward. I'm feeling reminded of Verdus. We were in good spirits. Our first battle had been easy. One squadron, matched us knights in numbers, but not equipment and experience. An easy victory, and we felt confident. Only when we saw the true size of the Blanchian army did we realize that we would not likely survive this battle. Sir Stein told me about it in his last letter, penned it the morning before his death. I wonder what that squadron wanted. A scouting party eager for glory, or an intentional sacrifice to gauge the knight's strength? Whatever it was, it gave us a false sense of security. And now, I felt confident after meeting you and fighting my way out of the mansion, only to shiver again at Rogue's ambush. I should be braver than this. Bravery is not the absence of fear, it is to act in spite of it. Many knights take pride in their bravery and push away their fear. Yet fear and courage are in the end just emotions. They're things of our immortal souls, not of our ephemeral bodies. Emotions alone cannot produce food or build homes. Fighting for the sake of courage is just insufficient to protect those homes. Take pride in your fear, for it makes you know what is at stake, the people you're fighting for. If you're fighting for something tangible, then no emotion can stop you. Take pride in my fear? That sounds so strange, but I think I understand. I'll remember it, Lady Xanth. Sure, let's poison this guy. Oh, he's got a short sword, so we can get a free attack with Gris. Is SRPG Studio 1RN or 2 by default? Or do you pick? I don't actually know. Maybe you pick, because I feel like I'm thinking of 2 games I played, and I'm pretty sure one of them is 1RN and the other one is 2RN, so maybe you can do either. Okay, so we'd rather let Rogue attack us. And it looks like we need to kill him twice, it sounds like. Worthless. I'm surrounded by worthless idiots. Time to butcher these dogs on my own. Ha, get poisoned, idiot. Oh, this is visitable. We should do that. What's with all these thugs? No wonder I'm helping the resistance if Blanc Treat lets people like this run rampant. Take this. Medicine. Oh, it's like a concoction. Oh, he's in armor. He kinda beefy. Convention. You know what I said. Your favorite thing, according to Pertubers. Alright, so we can heal for 15. This guy is gonna do 19 on enemy phase, so yeah, let's just do that. This isn't the end. I won't die so easily. Damn it all. Power. I need more power to stomp you into the dirt where you belong, devouring the spirit of the chaotic depths who discarded his humanity. I call thee, come to me. What's this? I feel like I'm burning and freezing at the same time. May I introduce to you the Iron Boar. Summoning your master so impromptu? I'll take 10 years off your life just for that. I've got much more delectable snacks for you. I just need more power to harvest them. Is that so? Very well. Just as I suspected, he made a contract with a demon. This is why he feared a demon-slaying weapon, gave him a weakest amidst the strength he gained. You lost everything because you led an army to their deaths. So you sold yourself to a demon for power? Have you no shame? Only a fool fights a battle he can't win. And only a fool will pass up power like this because of things like humanity and shame. Demon-slaying weapons may be able to tear my flesh, but now that I summoned my master into the material world, his blessing of durability overcomes even that destructive power. Damn, how can we win against a demon? We've just barely made it through Rogue's army. Don't give up. Do you see how short of breath Rogue is? The summoning must have taken a lot out of him. The spell isn't complete either. The Iron Boar's immobile. Even then, it's so powerful. Hi, Dr. Hoyle. SRPG is single RN by default, but there's a simple plugin to make it 2 RN, so effectively you can choose. Oh, that makes sense. Dimitri cameo. I was going to say Ephraim cameo. Wait, does he get to go twice? Oh, we gonna die? Okay, we're gonna have to reload the save. Okay. So he's gonna go, if we let that happen on enemy phase, he's gonna go twice. So we need to not do that on enemy phase. We're out of the mansion now. But not out of danger. Our temporary alliance persists. The Resistance always has need for capable people of all walks of life. Even necromancers. Are you sure this will only be temporary? Now that I'm escaping the Sable Syndicate, I'm averse to risking my life any further. I have little in the way of patriotism, and I don't think many rebels will be pleased having a necromancer around. And even if they suffer my presence for the sake of having a skilled mage in their sight, I doubt that the study of necromancy will be legalized if liberation succeeds. I'd rather go to another country where it's a more accepted art. Why do you want to become a necromancer? You don't seem the type to suck out another's mana and live forever, or make your own undead army. Medical interest. My dream is to uncover the secret of true regeneration, not just enhanced healing, and without the corrupted energy of demons. Truly regrowing lost limbs without the patient needing to absorb mana to keep them going. Oh, without the patient needing to absorb mana to keep them going. Whoops. An ambitious goal, to be sure. Well, I also need to think of the future. What if you are truly capable of making that discovery, but lose your life before you can do so because I pushed you into joining? It would be a great loss for humanity, especially those who are hurt in the war. You can do so... Oh, yeah. Thank you for understanding. At least for tonight, you can count on the combat prowess of my magic. The newly spawned version of Rogue gets to attack immediately if you kill him on enemy phase is something I realized at the end of May, so I couldn't fix it. Oh, I mean, that's fine. It's not like a huge issue. We'll just kill him on player phase. Sadly, I don't have much to do with this extra action, Clementine. But I appreciate it. Okay. so the plan is... Well, let's see. So she can take him out. Let's do that. Let's trigger the chain of events that is to be triggered. Alright, this guy can't move, but he's big and scary. This fella's got 2 range now. Then we'll, like, do a little healing of our lord here, and then plan to kind of get out of the map next turn, I think. Isn't the villain's name pronounced Rouge like the color, not Rogue? I don't know. Probably. Oh, you're right, it is spelled Rouge. Memories of playing Sonic Adventure 2 for the first time coming rushing back to me. Then I think we're probably okay here. Maybe. My God, leave Cool Axe Girl alone. No! I'm invincible now. Crawl on the ground and kiss the dirt. Then I might show you mercy. This mountain seems insurmountable. But I can't give up. I swore it to myself and those I want to protect. Do you feel the despair? The hopelessness of those who believe in virtue? This is why I hate pride. Tulio, you could have had everything you wanted if you stuck with your family instead of playing the honorable knight. And after your pride made you an enemy of Blanc, your shame has made you play the rebel. If you had killed Xanth like you were supposed to, there might have been a case for your glorious return to House Indigo as an ally of Blanc. Pride and shame are 2 halves of a scissor, and you assembled them both to let yourself be cut. You're wrong. Still defiant, look the truth in the eye. I was about to say look the eyes in the truth. Look the truth in the eyes. Everything that ever went wrong in your life is because you were prideful and ashamed. You're wrong when you say you don't care about pride. Everything you did was to satisfy your pride. This setup, trying to catch Xanth and me even after your plan went wrong, making a pact with a demon for raw strength because you couldn't accept that you have no idea how to fight a battle. You're extremely prideful. You didn't stop being prideful after sending your men to their deaths. Silence! Kids like you have no idea how the world works. Prideful of your high birth, making you think you're better than others, and any shameful method is fair to restore the supposed order. But you're also full of shame, unwilling to truly improve yourself. I've felt that shame until today. But I've decided to raise my sword and become someone who can be proud of himself. All my life I've dreamed of becoming a knight, and I won't let this opportunity slip away. Shut up! I've made many mistakes, but as long as I live, I'll try to make the best of things. All I did was done for my family, but I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror again. I failed when my siblings needed me, but my shame about that drives me to protect others in the future. Shut up! I blinded myself to my goals, wanting only knowledge and power, but no more. I became a necromancer to help people. Fighting is scary, but I owe it to everyone who ever believed in me. I want to give everyone their smiles back. Shut up! Shut up, shut up, shut up! Sounds like someone's pride was hurt. Foolish human. Your anger made you lose focus on the summon. I feel weakened. Alright, so hold on. Am I to kill the boar or the guy? Can I hurt the guy now? No. Can I hurt the boar now? Yes. I may be weakened, but my tusks are still strong. Crushing your bones in my jaw will get me back into shape. What a short stint in the material world. I should have picked someone more competent to make a pact with. Would have loved to rampage through this city, devouring men and women. And then, after many lose their lives taking me down, it would have been a joy watching Rouge get executed for unleashing a demon. That idiot is entertaining, if nothing else. Okay, and then now we can kill the guy again. Let's clear out some of the riffraff, though. Because she has the sword of killing the boss. Or maybe I don't need that anymore. Yeah, he lost the skill. So now I think anybody can hurt him. But still, we can still take out the reinforcements here and then have like a safe kill on him next turn. Yeah, looks like we can hurt him with other units now. Your pride is shit. Die, you worthless brat. I wonder if, do I still get, like, demon effective damage on him? Yes, I do. I wasn't sure if that would, go away with the demon gone and all that. Okay, I was just making sure he doesn't have Vantage. This isn't how it's supposed to be. I deserve better. Iron Boar, I need more power. Weakling, I should heal your wounds if only so that humans can punish you for summoning a demon. Such a crime warrants delightfully sadistic execution. But alas, I'm already returning to the spirit world. I can do nothing. Consider it a mercy to slowly bleed out on the street. Bastard. Traitor. I deserve better. Come here, quickly. Are we safe in here? There are knights on the streets. Don't worry about it. This house is connected to a tunnel network. We're safe for the time being.
And with the mess we have to thank Rouge for, the Blanchin soldiers have a lot on their hands. The guard captain responsible for this section of the city is on the Resistance's payroll, and he's done an excellent job covering up our operations. Even with the Wolf Knights directly involved in the investigation, they won't find anything here. What about you, Lady Xanth? It seems Blanc has wised up on your scheme. Yes, I'm a wanted woman now, but I've already done all I needed to do as a noble. Now it's time to do what I can as a knight. She's not the only knight on your side. I'm Tulio Indigo. I know you may not want me after what my family did, but I solemnly swear I'm a true knight of Caladian. I offer my life for my people. He's kneeling. Well, it won't be easy to convince the rest of the Resistance to accept you, but I believe your honesty. You shall have no reason to doubt me. And I'm joining too. Blanc has brought many slaves here that I want to free. I pledge myself to rid the Resistance. If I truly want my family to be safe, I must make sure they can live in a free country. I decided to offer my services as well. After all, I've realized that the best place to use my skills for good isn't a far-off laboratory where I'm searching for the breakthrough necromancers have failed to reach for centuries, but that it's here, where I can help people directly. This would be something I could be really proud of. Not everyone may be happy about having a necromancer among their ranks, but I can't change anyone's mind by absconding. You can count on me too. I won't rest until everyone in Caladian smiles again. I don't know what happens tomorrow. I might die, I might free my home. But no matter what, I will no longer await another day of living in shame. Thank you for playing Radiant Stratagem Accolade for a new chance. I had a lot of fun making my first video game, and I hope you had a lot of fun playing it. Writing, game design, and scripting by Nightzap, assets used, assets included in SRPG Studio, community-made tile set, asset project, roof graphics from... Oh, I didn't realize those were the FF5 roof graphics. That's funny. That was a fun hack. I liked that it was split into like 2 sections. And I liked that the first part had, well, I like when escape maps where you're running away from enemies have, like, side objectives that need you to, like, go to the danger to get, like, killing the boss for the droppable item, or, I didn't do this one, but, like, if you went into that one room where the guy had the exotic fruit, I really like side objectives like that. The demon thing was fun, too. Alright. That is going to be it for tonight. It's been going for like 3.5 hours now. Thank you everyone for hanging out. If you want to try these hacks yourselves, they're linked in the video description. I would recommend it. They were both really fun tonight. I hope you have a lovely rest of your night and an awesome week.